Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. In the last episode, we got our character up to a fairly decent starting position. We have 1 fabrication, 1 survival, 3 tailoring. The survival skill was needed to make our balaclava, and the fabrication skill to make the needle that we needed to make all of our tailoring goods that we currently have. We've got a lot of torso encumbrance right now because of the backpack. Our melee attacks are penalized for that. We have a little bit less of a dodge skill. Swimming costs a lot of movement points. And it's basically a penalty to our melee. I don't plan on doing a lot of combat in this run, in this initial run on the town. That is something I'm trying to avoid, so I'm not too worried about that. We can go ahead and pack ourselves up really high, and it's not going to matter much. Our head encumbrance, it simply limits how much you can put on. Okay, we need to get something to put on our head because we have that glass jaw. We need to counteract that. Our eyes are unencumbered. Our mouth is currently encumbered a little bit. We suffer a little bit of a stamina penalty because of that, if I recall correctly. Arms, we have some encumbrance there. It's melee attacks. Again, we're not going to worry about that. Feet, that just jumped up to 15 for reasons. We have a lot of foot encumbrance right now, and I suspect it's because we're wearing the combat boots, which are very high encumbering items. I'm tempted to take them off. I think there's a good case to be made for doing that so we can run a little bit faster. But I don't know, maybe we'll switch them out. I don't know if there's anything we can step on a glass shard or something like that if we run out on barefoot. I don't know that we can make any shoes right now with our lowish tailoring. I want to run around here real quick because I noticed we are suffering a movement speed penalty because we are thirsty. And we should have some bottled water here that we picked up from inside the shelter. So let's go ahead and drink that. This is clean water. There is water and there is clean water. We want to only drink the clean water. There's a lot of nasties out there. And let's see, we are still very thirsty. Wow, we are very thirsty. We're still very thirsty. Surely that will update here, right? We just drank 2 bottles of water. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Either way, it's going to be better than it was. All right, well, I think we are ready to go out. We have our makeshift crowbar. We're wearing our backpack. We have everything that we need. The city looks like we just kind of want to follow this road up here, and that'll take us into the city proper. And we can do a little bit of looting. There are some areas like this school over here that I want to avoid for now. We'll still go and visit it because there's a lot of good place to get skill books. We definitely want to go there, but maybe want to hold off a little bit till we're a little bit better geared because there are a lot of zombies in there. A lot of them. So let's go ahead. We'll roll the intro, and I will see you here shortly. Well, we'll go and do a raid on the town. I almost forgot about our friend Clarissa over here. She's an NPC. We haven't been very friendly to her at all. Let's start up a conversation here. I'm just going to bump into her and we get some options. We can do some things. We can attack her and things like that. We don't want to do that. We'll just want to talk to her. Clarissa, well, she says, I guess it's just us. Well, what should we do? I don't know. Look for supplies and other survivors, I guess. Really good attitude there, Clarissa. At least we've got shelter. True that. You can tell she's definitely an optimist. These NPCs will give us quests. Sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. We might as well just check to see what she wants. I just due to my having played this a lot a very long time ago, NPCs were a little bit kind of weird. They were incomplete, and like I said, they would kill you with a bazooka for random reasons. So I haven't done a lot with them. I've heard it's a lot better now. So maybe we'll go with the NPC route here. But see there, can I do anything for you? She has a job for us. Do I want to hear about it? Yes, I do. Our world fell apart because our leaders were as crooked as the con men that paid for their elections. Just find me one of those corporate accounting books, and I'll show you the rest of the world and I'll show you and the rest of the world just who is at fault. Well, right now, me and you are the rest of the world. So, sure, I'll do it. If we run across one, we'll pick it up and we'll bring it to her. You'll see. I know I'm right. Okay, yeah, she's one of those. All right, we'll just go ahead and say bye. And I think I saw there's like an office tower here, right? Isn't that what that is? I need to stop using the mouse. I like to use the mouse to point out things, but really you don't need the mouse at all in this game. This is a large office tower. I'm wondering if what she wants may be in there. Well, we may check it out. We may check it out, Clarissa. We'll be back for you later. All right, let's head that way. I'm gonna close the door behind me. Always a good idea. And we'll just follow the road. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out a bit. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Now you'll see all this area has been uncovered because we could see that earlier when we were out romping around. As we get up here, we get to the area where we haven't seen before, and so we're going to be limited by basically our night vision sight. So yeah, if I recall the map correctly, we should just be able to follow the road. There's another EVAC shelter over here. I do want to check that out, but I want to hit the city first because there's some items that we need. I'm looking for a couple of things as we go and loot the city. I'm looking for a little bit of food and water, just a little bit. What am I looking at there? Oh, I spotted a zombie. He is right there, and he currently does not see us because we have a little better vision than he does. This is a power armor hauling frame. Interesting. It's a more advanced item, I believe, but it's good to know it's there. The safe mode basically stops us from moving, so now I can't move anywhere. It's just something you can turn on. If you're moving long distances, it'll just basically pause the game whenever it notices something bad. Right now, this zombie right here, let's take a look at him, and I'm not going to use the mouse. Human body swaying as it moves, an unstoppable rage visible in its oily black eyes. Really, really nice guy. We're going to want to avoid him. He currently doesn't see us, so I'm going to turn off safe mode, and I'm going to head basically in the opposite direction. And then I'm going to turn safe mode back on. Where are we at? We are pretty close. What do we have over here? A pizza parlor. Okay, I'm not too interested in going in there quite yet, so I think I'm just going to head off to the north through the woods and try to hit these houses up here. All right, we're starting to hit the road right here. It's looking good. There should be a house over here, and there it is. And look at this. One of the other things I was wanting to find is a working vehicle, and this kind of looks a little funny, but you know, it's a vehicle. Looks like an SUV maybe or a van. Let's check it out and see if it is a working vehicle. Whenever you're trying to figure out if a vehicle actually is something that we can drive or not, we want to look at a few key areas on this machine. Or on this screen. We want to make sure it has controls and a seat for us so we can actually drive it. We want to make sure that it doesn't have a security system or the security system is disabled, because then if we try to drive it, it's going to send off a car alarm and attract a lot of zombies. So we don't want that to happen. We want to see if it has wheels, and right now it does. It has enough wheels, so that means it's good to go. And then we want to look over here and see if it has gas and a battery. It does have a battery, however, it doesn't have any gasoline. So this car, which is an SUV, is not capable of being used, which is sad. Actually, looking at this, there's 0.5 liters. There's basically a liter of gas in there. And it's saying 0. Maybe in a pinch, or if we find some fuel. It's in pretty good shape otherwise. And it has a turkey in it. A large and colorful bird. So yeah, there's a turkey truck right here. So that's good to know. We'll remember that it's there. Is this... It's parked in front of the house here. Okay, so it looks like maybe there's these little kind of immersive stories that come up every now and then. Some of them I think are planned, but some of them just kind of aren't. Now, why the turkey's in there, that's anybody's guess, right? But you can kind of see that maybe these people were pulling up to their house to be able to open the doors and evacuate, maybe get out. I don't think that they made it. But we're going to try to hit this house now. It's telling me that the door is locked. That's why we have our makeshift crowbar. We can actually use it to pry open the door. Eventually. Okay, there we go. We hear a crunch, and the door opens. All right, I'm going to come in. I'm going to close the door behind me just so something doesn't sneak up on me, and we can kind of look into the room here. This house is filled with turkeys. There's a couple more of them up there. I don't know what that means. But we found the turkey house. All right, coming down here to the south, we can see the kitchen. There's the refrigerator, and it's got some items in it. Now, before I've been doing like this G button to grab items, we also have an advanced inventory manager, and I like to use that for looting. So if we open that up, this screen, if you can kind of see this area, if you think of 5 as where the character is standing, the 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 6, 1, 2, 3. If you like look down at your keypad, those are the tiles that are surrounding me. So where I'm standing is 5, and then 7, 8, 9 up here, and then 4 is over here, and 6 is over here, and then 1, 2, 3 are at the bottom. And that's what this screen is representing. Now, right now, we're showing all the items in all the squares all around us. So these are all the items that are there. And over on the right-hand side, we've got our inventory selected. Now, we can use this to move items. We can use this to do all sorts of handy things. But for looting, it's great because I can just stand in the middle of all this and look through and shop and see what I want. I do want a pot. That's one of the items that I would like to get. And we've got some beans. We've got an orange. We've got some sauerkraut. Nothing here that I'm too eager to get. So we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and smash this refrigerator for a couple of reasons. We break that down. We can get a couple of items that may be useful to us. One is a rubber hose. We can use that to siphon gas from one vehicle to another. And some sheet metals. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't grab 2 of those. There's 3 laying there. We can use those for crafting something that we may want back at our base. Let's take a look at our inventory real quick. We are at 39 pounds out of 116 that we can carry. And our volume is at 4.5 out of 37.75. So we still got a lot of things that we can carry. If we can't go over the volume that we can carry. So once we hit 37, we are done. If we get over the weight, we can still carry it, but we're going to burn stamina at a much quicker speed. And speaking of stamina, it's down a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just rest, catch my breath so that it gets back up. And we'll continue going along and looting this house. We're in a bedroom right now. The dressers are one of those items that if you get closer to it, you can see what's in it, but from far across, you cannot. Let's go ahead and see what we have in here. We just got a pair of jeans. All right, I'm not interested in that. I would, however, like to grab the blanket and the pillow. So I'm going to go ahead and take those with me. What do we have up here? That is a zipper bag with low-grade meth. Thank you, no. May have something to do with why there's so many turkeys in this house. All right, this is kind of a living room. I believe this right here is a couch, a sofa, okay? I never knew the difference between a couch and a sofa. I assume it's like the difference between cola and a pop, right? I don't know. Newsboy cap, India IPA, not too interested in that. Koofy cap and a plastic bottle of dark cola. Let's see, does this give a enjoyability of 5? I think that's a morale booster. Let's go ahead and take that. And what is this? A brimless short rounded cap. Yeah, not interested. All right, coming up here, we got a little bit of a sunroom. Not interested in that. Turkeys. And in here is the bathroom. This is where you can usually find medical supplies, things like that. Looks like we have an emergency oxygen pack. I don't think we need that right now. The aspirin I will take. And the water is not clean water, so we don't want to just drink this outright. We can get some nasty things that way. However, this water is actually water in the toilet. It's the toilet water that we're looking at. And over here, there is a towel. And not unlike the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a towel is a very, very useful thing to have. So we'll hold on to that. Let's see. Okay, there's another house to the north, and there's one across the road. Let's go try to check the one across the road. And we'll leave the turkey house. I do like to kind of check the road every now and then, just to see if there are any vehicles hanging out. One of the big things I would like to get is a vehicle, if I haven't mentioned that already. A vehicle, skill books, a little bit of food, and tools is primarily what I'm looking for here. This is a car. It has enough wheels. It has gas. It has a battery. However, it has controls. However, it has a security system, and it also does not have a seat. But it does have gas, so if we were to find like a jerry can or something like that, we could actually take the gas from that car and put it down here in the SUV, and we'd be good to go. What did I see there? What is that? It's lit up. It is an atomic reading light. That is actually a very, very good find. Okay, what happened there was I tried to pry the window open with my crowbar, but I failed, so I actually broke the glass. We don't have to pry the window. We could just smash through it, and that's like what we did there. So I'm going to smash it again just to kind of clear the glass from the frame so we don't cut ourselves or our clothing as we're going through, which is a thing that can happen. So yeah, let's just go ahead and sneak through there. Let's go ahead and search through this chest of drawers here. A sheet, which is probably the curtain, and an undershirt. Let's go ahead and grab the string. And I'm very interested in this lamp. Let's go ahead. We're going to take that. And I want to go to my inventory, and I want to activate it. So that'll turn it off. But that is essentially a light source, which is one of the things that you definitely want to have. Let's hit for the inventory. But I don't think it ever dies. It's like a permanent light source that doesn't require any batteries or anything like that. This extremely expensive little light will provide just enough light to read by for at least a decade. Good find. Good. Very, 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 very good find. All right, let's continue searching. A hairpin. It's like I've played this game, but I haven't played it enough to know what's really, really good and what's really, really bad. I have a good idea. I know that the atomic light is really, really good. A hairpin could be one of those things that we need. That I haven't progressed long enough to know. This is an antibiotic. And we definitely want one of those. If you get hurt, there's a couple of different levels of infection. You can just like hurt one of your, your arm, your leg. The hit points are all different. I think I kind of mentioned that before. For all your different things. This is the status of all of them. They're all just in really good shape right now. And as they take damage, this bar will kind of fall. And there's also a couple of stages. If you get like a really deep cut that could get infected, it'll turn, I think it's blue. There's two different levels. There's blue, and is it green? I don't remember what the colors are. But if it turns blue, you can use just a regular disinfectant to help treat that. But if it turns green or whatever the worst color is, you actually have to take an antibiotic. Otherwise, you will die, which means it's really, really infected. Potassium iodide is for radiation exposure. I don't think we're going to need that currently, but let's go ahead and take it just in case. It's got such a small volume that it shouldn't be that big of a thing. Camo tank top, glove liners, pants, robe. Not interested in any of that. Mayonnaise and a steak knife. Is that better than our current knife? It does have fine cutting, and I don't think that ours... We'll go ahead and take it. Mayonnaise I will leave behind because mayonnaise is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Even in the apocalypse at the end of the world, I will not eat mayonnaise. Cardboard box with wheat cereals. Let's see. I believe that is it's a food that increases our morale. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Let's see. That's the front door. And we have some books down here. We have a Glamopolitan and a US Weekly. I don't remember exactly what all these do. So I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. I do know that the lowercase one, like the swashbuckling novel, is used to increase morale. I'm going to go ahead and leave that behind for now. Faux for hat. Yeah, I'll leave that behind. Root beer. BLTs. Let's see. I'm a little bit hungry. Let's go ahead and have a BLT. Some of these that are blue actually have like a expiration date on them. So you can see that these BLTs only last 2 days. So if we don't eat them now, we may never get a chance to eat them. So we're just going to go ahead and grab those. A canning pot is a very good item to have a little later in the game. Not one that it's got such a high volume that I don't think I'm going to worry about it now. All right, and I think this house is pretty much looted. All right, so that is those two houses down. What else do we have? We've got another house over on this side. So I'm just going to kind of go up this way. I'm going to take it a little bit on the slow side. Do I have safe mode on? Yes, I do. Just want to make sure. We've got an item on the ground here. Is that a pipe? Yes. All right, here's another house. And so you're aware, there are zombies everywhere, all over this map. And one of the reasons for coming out at night is it just makes the sight so low so that they can't see us. I'm shocked that we haven't run across one. I guess we ran one on our way into town. But yeah, I mean, there's no area of a city that's not just crawling with zombies. So they are all around us. We've just been extremely lucky in that we haven't run across any yet. I don't know if you caught that, but there was a little bit of a yellow. You can see it right there. Speaking of zombies, those are some zombies making some noise up there, and they're wanting to break into the house and come and get me. Black pepper, flour, yeasts. We might do another round later. I'm not really looking for that right now. Glass jar of pickles, large plastic bottle of orange soda. Yeah, let's take that. Radiated zucchini, I think. Boy, we've got a lot of zombies breaking in. Okay, we got our zombies right here that have broken in. I'm seeing a firefighter zombie as well as a zombie dog. Let's see, can we get a little better look there? Yeah, there's our firefighter zombie. They are very, very highly armored. They can sometimes have some good loot on them, but I don't think in our phase we're going to be able to fight them. And the zombie dogs are really annoying. They are very, very quick. And I really don't want to deal with either of them. So I'm going to adjust my zoom level here just a bit, and we're going to make a break for it. I'm going to turn off safe mode. What do we have around us? We've got some woods to the back. And that's a police station. I don't want to go that way. We do have a row of houses up here with a pawn shop. And then we have some houses over here on the outskirts. I think I want to stick to the houses on the outskirts. So let's try to make a beeline to the south-ish. And then we'll go over to the east and try to escape through the forest. I'm hoping this firefighter zombie is going to keep the dog behind him, because the firefighter's not going to be able to catch us, but the dog might. So let's make a run for it. I'm just going to run out the window. And we're going to get to here, and I'm going to switch over to run mode, so we move a little bit faster, and we are just going to take off in this general direction until we get about that far, and then I'm going to stop, and we'll just go back into regular walk mode. Not wanting to tangle. We could probably take the dog, maybe even the firefighter zombie, but it's our character, quick in, get out. All right, so this over here to the left is probably the pawn shop. That would make this the next house. Yeah, let's go ahead and go into it. Sneak in through the bathroom here. Some caffeinated chewing gum. Leave that behind for now. An electric blanket and a t-shirt. An alarm clock. I don't think we need that. We currently have a cell phone, or at least we have a cell phone back in the EVAC shelter that we can use as an alarm clock. We got a book here, a drama novel. Not very useful for us, an old broken computer. Wheat cereals, I think those give a morale boost. We have a pot and a glass bottle of stout. And a bottle with lye powder. Go ahead and pick that up. Some of those items, you don't have an immediate need for them, but you don't run across them every day. So you might as well go ahead and pick them up when you see them. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll exit out through the bottom. And we'll make our way over here into the backyard of this house. This house has a little off building here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Got a book. Us Weekly. I think I have that one, don't I? Yes. So we'll leave that behind. Ham Radio Illustrated. That is a book that is useful. And then we've got some seeds over here. For doing farming, that's something you can do, is farm your own vegetables and things like that. We may get into that, but we are not in that location right now, not in that capability. Ooh, this is a garage. Sometimes you can find cars. Oh, no, it's not a garage. It's a carport. Funnel. That's something that is good. Sometimes, maybe. We have some medical gauze and antiseptic. When I was talking earlier about the cuts that are bad, that need antiseptic to heal, that is the antiseptic right there. So that is a very good early find. And potassium iodide. Didn't we find some of that? Usually don't see that very often. Oh, go ahead and take it. It's got a small volume. How are we looking volume-wise, by the way? Okay, we're less than halfway. A gallon jug of cooking oil. A pot, a teapot. Cardboard box of crackers. Vegetable salad. We'll take that. Protein shake. Does that give a enjoyability? It does. We'll pick it up. If nothing else, it gives us an extra bit of extra plastic bottle that we can use. And speaking of that, I probably need to be looking for something to gather up water with. Birdhouse Monthly, that is a good book, I think. It's at least associated with a skill. I think I'm going to grab this gallon jug right here and take it with us. It takes up a lot of volume, but there are some instances where having a gallon jug is just good, even if we don't use the stuff inside of it. Just checking. Okay, we're right here, and we have another house here, and there's some more on that side. And is that a hardware store? It is. Definitely want to check that out. Should be some good tools in there. Historic Weaponsmith. I bet that's a skill book. I'm really surprised I haven't really seen that many zombies hanging around, or any other critters. I'm sure we'll find them. I'm sure they're here somewhere. Cough syrup. This is a fireplace. These are kind of handy because it's a good place. You can actually build a fire indoors. Fire will spread, and this one's got a swimming pool, which is basically a infinite source of water. We might be able to drink that water. I think some swimming pools you can actually drink out of. I'm not going to risk it. We'll come back if we need to. And I'm looking up at my status screen up in the upper right hand, and I see that I'm full, I'm slaked, but I'm also tired, which is not a good place to be in. I may just go, we'll hit this house, and then we'll head back home and drop off our loot. We do have another car here. Let's take a look at it. It's an electric car, which is a good one to have. It does not have wheels, but it has just about everything else, including a security system. Not good for us, but it's good to know about because there are some good batteries there. Make our way over here. Okay, and this is that last house. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Energy Cola. Socks. Dark Cola. Oh, there's a first aid kit. That is a good thing to have. We get some in our EVAC shelter now, but, you know, you can never have too many. Pair of arm warmers and shorts. Okay. I am playing the experimental mode. The experimental version, I should say. It's very different than the current stable version. The stable version, it seems to be very cold when you start, as well as it always seems to be raining or snowing. In the experimentals, I think it starts you a little bit later, where that is not the case. Bacon. Everybody loves bacon. Tofu. Nobody likes tofu, unless you like tofu. Glass bottle of wild apple. What is that? That sounds like it may be an alcoholic drink. Like apple cider, only with vodka. Yeah. Been kind of avoiding drugs. They can be helpful, but they can also get you in trouble. And let's see, Computer World. I think we have a Glamopolitan. Yes, we do. And what's this? That's a hiking backpack. I think I like that. Storage, 55 liters. It's got a lot more encumbrance than our current travel pack. Let's see, we can compare items. I would like to compare the hiking backpack with my current travel pack, which is not selectable through a keyboard shortcut. There we go. Hiking backpack is a lot bigger, that's for sure. A little bit more coverage. Actually, it has less encumbrance than my travel pack. Well, it's kind of hard to say because the encumbrance of the backpacks get bigger the more stuff you have in it. It's got a lower base encumbrance, I would assume. But the hiking backpack actually has a lot more storage, as well as it can be activated to store suitable items. I think that means you can like put a you can attach like a stuff to it. I want it. It's mine. My hiking backpack. And let's see. That's all 9 squares. Oh, there we go. And spy novels and war novels, not too interested in. Looks like there may be a room here we didn't check out. Oh no, we did. I just closed the door. All right, well, not the best opening run for a game that I've had, but a successful one. We got some really good items. We have a upgrade to our cutting. We got this atomic reading light, which is just incredible. We got our towel. We know where our towel is. The rubber hose, the hiking backpack, which I think is going to be a good addition. We got a little bit of food and a little bit, we got a gallon jug at least where we can make some clean water, which we're going to need here soon. We got some good medical supplies, a couple of skill books, a down-filled pillow, and, oh, I don't want a down-filled pillow. Let's go fix that real quick. I want a blanket. Should have a blanket over here. Yeah, grab the blanket. Oh, it's full. Okay. Let's get rid of the pillow and put it wherever. Let's get a blanket. Still not going to work for me. What if I wear the hiking backpack? And that's going to give us crazy amounts of inventory space. But it's going to be very, very encumbering too. So we don't want to do this permanently. We're just loading it up to get out of here. But we got a pillow as well as a blanket. Those will help us get to sleep at night. And we got a couple of spare parts that we can use in order to make some stuff back at the shelter. All right, good haul. Well, I'm going to make my way to the south, head back to there. It should be somewhat uneventful, just as we go through the forest here. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode. What we got here? Dog. Border Collie. Aw. I'll see you in the next episode where we do a little bit of crafting and sleep a little bit and maybe do a little bit more raiding. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.